Hello, welcome to my channel and my first ever YouTube video. In this video we'll go through my June TBR and where I read the first 2 weeks. Normally I arrange my TBR by sandwiching one book in English and one in Spanish. For example, if I'm reading a series in Spanish, I intercalate an English standalone and vice versa. Let's get started with the TBR. First we have The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Next is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I recently bought a Jane Austen collection, so I'm going through each one of them. I really love the designs and the details and the drawings that they have. Especially Darcy's face here. I'm also planning on reading Babel by R.F. Kuang. It took me quite some time to finally get my hands on it because it was always sold out, so I'm really excited to get started with this one. I'll be considering the Jane Austen collection as a series, although they are all standalones, so I can finally read them all. Next is Persuasion by Jane Austen. Again, I love the drawings. So dramatic. Echo by Munoz Ryan is another book that I've had on my radar for quite some time. It's a middle grade fantasy, around 600 pages long, but the font is quite big, so I'm expecting to read it quite fast. And last but not least, Emma by Jane Austen. I don't know if I'll get to read it this month, but I'll try. The first weekend of June, I read The Moonlight Library. I didn't record anything from the first week, so here are some clips of me pretending to read. I bought it without reading anything about it, and when I first saw the title, I pictured something like Night at the Museum, but library edition. As if you were able to meet your favorite characters from your favorite books. But it was nothing like that. We follow Nora, a woman with many regrets in her life, and through this magical library, she's given a new chance to amend those regrets and see what her life would be like if she chose a different path. Basically, to fix her what ifs. I like the story. It was quite self-help-ish, to appreciate the little things in life and such, which I understand, but it's not exactly my cup of tea. I felt that the message was quite repetitive, and I pictured how the story was going to end early on, so that was a bit underwhelming. I gave this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it. The writing was nice, but it didn't blow my mind. I would recommend it, but I felt that the story was quite basic. Next, I read Pride and Prejudice. I really liked this one. I already knew what the story was about because I saw the movie years ago, but I've forgotten all the details. What I like about Austen's books in general is that her characters feel like real people. I was quite intimidated with what I thought Jane Austen writing was like, but they are quite easy reads, but maybe that's because of the Spanish translation. We follow Elizabeth Bennet and her family in this period drama. The romance in this book is subtle, but so lovely, and I truly enjoy the plot twists. I was hooked by the story right from the beginning, and how the characters evolved through it. I felt so bad for Darcy, but at the same time, I understood why Elizabeth was that way towards him. I really like this one, would totally recommend. So far, it's one of my favorite Jane Austen books. It's a 4.5 out of 5 stars for me. I'm thinking about making a recap video about all Austen's books once I've read the entire collection, but we'll see. Babel by R.F. Kuang. This book met all my expectations. This is my second Dark Academia book, the other one being The Secret History, which to me was quite dull. I love the writing, but the story was... I didn't like it. Babel totally redeemed the genre for me. We follow Robin, a Chinese immigrant in England, studying at Oxford in the 1830s. He's trying to become a silver worker, which is like the magic system in this world. He has to battle with his desire to follow his dream or do what he believes is right. At Oxford, he meets a group of people that quickly become his friends, and we see them enjoy their university life, go through the typical struggles a student has. But some of them also have to deal with racism and always feeling like outcasts. This book is centered in the British colonialist mindset of that time, particularly of the upper classes at the time, their need to make more money at whatever cost, and how it affects the world they live in. I love how the author portrays the characters' struggles and how they see the world, their position towards who they are and what they want for their life. Also the unlikely alliances they form, the portrait of joy, grief, their battles, everything. The writing is beautiful. I'm totally planning on reading more from Kuang. I love the characters and the story. I'm still a bit shaken by the ending. For me, it was not a matter of liking it or not, but I think it fits the story perfectly. It was an awesome read. It's a 5 out of 5 stars for me, for sure. That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it and see you next week, maybe. Bye!